There's a place in Michigan that is unlike any other. Located approximately an hour east of the Mackinac Bridge, you will find one of the most epic locations in the Midwest. Accessed only by ferry across the St. Mary's River, you will find this gem of the Huron. A place so remote you have a higher likelihood of spotting a 10-point buck than picking up cell phone reception. Place filled with pudding stones, northern lights, world-class fishing, and hundreds of miles of off-road trails. This is Drummond Island. Hey everyone, welcome back to Trail Expedition. My name is Scott. We are up here at beautiful Drummond Island. We're going to be running the trails today. I'm not only going to show you guys the trails, but just some of the natural beauty that Drummond has to offer, and maybe talk about a little bit of the history as well while we're out there. Stay tuned.
It's going to be legend, wait for it, dairy.
Alright guys, we're starting out here on the trail. I have Corey and Becky with me here today. And then I have my family in my Jeep as well. We're starting out right at Pinn's parking lot, which is right behind us here. We're going to get into the trail system right through here. So when you guys first get into the trail at Drummond Island here, just off from Pinn's, it is extremely rocky through here. I highly recommend airing down.
It's kind of crazy how more and more rock gets exposed every year.
I was just going to say, is it me or does it feel rockier this year than what it has in the past? Alright, looks like this is our right turn to Moose Nemesis here. Alright, so we just turned right on a Moose Nemesis trail. There are a couple ledge climbs that we need to get up before we actually hit Moose Nemesis obstacle. You know, it's way more rutted out than it does in the past. Everyone, Corey Kelly, he's back on the channel. Yeah. There he is. It's been a while. He's alive!
So yeah, if you go to the left here is where we actually get to those little other mini ledges. If you go to the right, that just takes you directly to Moose Nemesis.
I like the mini ledges, they're fun, let's do it.
It says right on that arrow, easier to the right.
We're not about that life. I feel like the left here was probably the original trail, and this one turned into a bypass, but now this bypass is harder than the original trail.
I feel like to the right was always here, even the first year, but it was just the boulders have gotten more exposed.
So this part leading up to Moose Nemesis, there's several climbs that you can do. I came up this one here. Corey's gonna come around to this side over here. He's gonna try this ledge climb right over here. Guys, we're just getting up to Moo's Nemesis, also known as Rock Face Hill. It was always called Moo's Nemesis to us for the past 10 years that we've been coming up here. So that's what we're just going to continue to call it. Our 3 different lines. The bypass is all the way to the right. The easy line, or I'm sorry, the moderate line is in the middle, and the hard line is here on the left. Basically, the hard line definitely does favor longer wheelbase vehicles. All right, Moo's Nemesis. I remember the first couple of years that we did this obstacle, none of us could get up this hard side. Last couple of years we've been having better luck. There's a rock up here that we usually diff out on. It's that one right there. Over here? Yeah, I can kind of ride that up. Yep. Oh yeah, much better. I feel like Corey's always struggled on this obstacle. It's just the shorter wheelbase always gets you. There it is. Bump it! Right there! Whew. He came down really hard on his back bumper, but he got it. Is this our going out to Walker Trail? Alright guys, we're just getting into Walker Trail. That's the next harder section on the Drummond Loop. Alright guys, so we're currently on Walker Trail. Walker Trail starts out easy enough. There are a couple sections once you get midway into it where there are a couple challenging deep water holes. We affectionately call this trail the K-hole trail because this is where our buddy Kieran got stuck and we had to pull him out one year. So we're using Onyx Off-Road to navigate ourselves up here on Drummond. Alright guys, I also wanted to highlight these mirrors as well. These are a new set of mirrors that Boost Auto sent out to me. They're their new trail mirrors. So far I'm loving them. They have lights on the front and back, reverse lights, a spotlight in the front, the turn signals right in them. They're also power mirrors. So far so good.
Yeah, this is the good area of the Walker Trail where you filmed us going down the 3 different ways.
Spot actually wasn't too bad. I definitely scraped diff going through the entire thing though. That's all right, we made it through. Alright, so we're getting to the very end of Walker Trail, and it's going to put us back out on the Vanes Road, and then we're going to take this over to the Tight Twisties next. Okay, so we're all done with Walker Trail. The next trail system that we're going to hit is called the Tight Twisties. You can run it in either direction, but typically we run it south to north. This year we're going to run it in the opposite direction, just to change it up a little bit. Road, obviously they color coordinate the trail system by easiest to hardest. Easiest trails are green, moderate trails are blue, the hardest trails are black. There's only 2 black trails on Drummond Island, and the Tight Twisties is one of them.
Bear on the right. Yeah, that's Chase's old hole right there. That tree is your driver's side tire. We got him.
So we just passed Chase's hole, the one where he snapped a driver axle shaft, and Corey said he saw a bear in the trail. He scattered off before we were able to get up to him in our Jeep though, so we didn't get to see him. Alright, we're in the Tight Twisties. It's kind of a deep rutted area here. We're going to get a little off camber. Oh. Let's push the front axle mirror a little bit there.
Okay, put your windows up.
There we go, we got her.
You're gonna make it now. Go!
We made it through. I mean, we had to take several passes at it. Basically, I was just scraping diff the entire time. So once I cleared a path for my diff to get through, we were able to get it on out. But man, look, my Jeep is just covered in mud. Oh yeah, very good. How was that? I don't think Corey wanted any of that. So one of the reasons why Tight Twisties is rated as a black trail is just because there's a lot of these deep ruts. There is enough bypasses that you can go through. Like Corey went through a bypass on the left side of where I went through. I went through one of the deep holes here. You know, obviously got stuck, had to back up, go forward several times.
You know, spin your wheel.
Yeah, it took a while, but we got through it.
Watch your mirror on the trees.
been a while since we've wenched up on Drummond. It's just everything is super slick out here today, and that big rock on the side of the trail, I just can't get my back end to swivel around it. So we're just pulling line. All right, and that is a fine example about different wheelbases and what's good at what. This one was definitely a short wheelbase advantage, whereas other things like climbs and stuff are definitely more advantageous for longer wheelbases. Man, this stuff is slick. Oh, I can't even get my boot out. Look at that. Would you look at that? We're not gonna go through this one. It's just super soft, and we've gone through it in the past, but there's definitely more mud here now than what there's been in the past, so we're gonna go around this one. All right, we're just finishing up the Tight Twisties. The next trail that we're going to do is called Connor's Hole or Log Jam. That's that long stretch of water. It's like a football field long. We always like doing Connor's Hole after the Tight Twisties just because the Tight Twisties is extremely muddy and Connor's Hole kind of washes all that mud away when you go through it a time or two.
I guess they've been working on their signage around here.
All right, we just got done with Connor's Hole. We actually went through it, I think 5 times in total, just to get the underbody of the Jeeps really cleaned off. Basically, the underside of my Jeep was completely caked from the Tight Twisties trail. That'll save me about $5 worth of quarters at the car wash later.
I'm shook that Lexi didn't want to go more in the water.
Oh, she didn't get in at all?
I mean, she put her feet in, but...
Oh, okay. Welcome back, everybody. It is the next day here. So we ended day 1 at the end of Connor's Hole. We did go back to the cabin for the night, and now we came back out here to Glen Cove area. That's where we're at right now. So we're going to pick up and finish off the rest of the trail system. So from Glen Cove, we're going to take it out to Marblehead, and then from Marblehead into the Tank Traps, Shell Beach area, and then finish off the loop. And now a little bit of history on the island. After the War of 1812, the British occupied the island as their last outpost on American soil, establishing Fort Collier in 1815. The British wanted to use the island for trading and defense and saw the local Native American tribes as an asset against the American army. The island was named after Gordon Drummond, the first Canadian-born officer to command British Canadian forces. The British flag flew over the island for 13 years until the island became part of the United States in 1814 as part of the Treaty of Ghent. However, British troops did not leave the island until 1828, when American forces took possession of the fort. The first permanent settlers outside of the Native Americans and British arrived on the island in the early 1850s. The island's history also includes a Finnish farming colony in the early 20th century, and of course, the logging industry. Today, about 1,000 people call the 87,000 acre island home. So they do have some new signage out here, basically at the corner of where like Marblehead meets with Glen Cove Road, and when it goes out to the tank traps. I think there's a couple groups that came out and put a couple new signs up. So it looks really good, so I appreciate those guys doing that. Alright guys, we're just getting up to the steps at Marblehead. This is probably one of the most iconic places on Drummond Island. So Corey and I were just out here looking at the steps, and it definitely look steeper than what they have in the past. So maybe they're just getting more rutted out. Just take it slow.
Hold on to your butt.
I feel like they're just more steep now than what they have been in the past. Once you guys come down the steps from Marblehead, there is this lookout that's just up the way from the trail here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The views from Marblehead definitely do not suck. Got it. You're good. Alright, so we just got done with the steps at Marblehead. Now we're making our way back out to the Tank Trap and Shale Beach area. Lead the way, oh fearless leader. Well, that took some doing, but he finally got it. It was a lot of back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, but I don't know if Sarah's actually going to try this or not. All right, so we are electing to bypass this hole. Not worth the extra $10 in quarters.
Expedition needs something for his video. Chase is in here.
Your wheels are just... Oh yeah.
He gets stuck quite a bit over there. I'm like,
He
what
did.
are we doing?
You did a good job with that one.
I was like, what are we doing? Any day now.
Yeah, he...
I thought about just following, and then I was like,
Oh no, you should see his back wheels. It's like they are just caked in mud. You're gonna do the deep one?
Don't follow him, right?
Dang it.
You ain't going nowhere. We're gonna have you come up a little bit and we're just gonna winch him out backwards.
Did he nosedive?
It's just straight mud down there.
Oops.
That's why they call them the tank traps, just because even Jeeps on 4 inches of lift, long arms, 38s, 37s, locked front and rear, you're still pulling cable. All right, Sarah's driving through the tank traps.
Not very exciting on my end.
Sarah's taking the wheel for now, heading out to Southeast Beach. Alright everyone, that's going to be the very end of the trip. We had a lot of fun up here on Drummond. This is something that we do every year. We've been coming every year since 2015. The off-roading here at Drummond Island is the best off-roading in Michigan. So if you guys have never been up here, I highly recommend coming out and checking it out. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. We appreciate you guys watching, and we will catch you guys in the next video.
Bye bye.